Greetings.
Rejected the truth, lost in the zone, and now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Both crackheads, no shelter in the night. The world against that eternal fright. Denials echo through tolerant flight. Only
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Lightning crack, no way back. Lost
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
don't track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll. Zeus truth or face the dole. Charon's boats too full to float. Whales of the foolish on the underworld note. Denied Olympian, decree now they don't. Eternal chains, no antidote. Gods convene, truth unseen. Demigods whisper, lost souls scream. Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Screams of torment echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly what we are here to do.
Convene,
Tinkerbell.
way back. Lost souls on brimstone track. Ignorance, gotta pay the toll.
Hey,
Or face the dole.
Zeus Truth.
Too full to float. Wheels of the foolish on the underworld moat.
Hey, all right, let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we're here to do. Ghost, this is not disinformation, ladies and gentlemen. This is exactly what you came to get this morning. You know what we're here to do. All right, let's go. Hey, don't be
got to be your feelings and be careful when you flash it. And when you play the game, man, you better know your options. Don't try to photocopy when you out here being saucy.
Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom, it's Friday. Come on. When are you Trump supporters are going to bow down and start to understand it's not about Trump anymore. It's about Vice President Kamala Harris. And I know there's a lot of hate out there, but we're almost done with this election, and that hate's gonna turn into love, right, Tiffany, for the people. I done came so far, and it's early in the morning. I just woke up out my sleep, threw some water on my face. Hey, in the Golden State, because that's where Kamala Harris is from. You like how it all comes together like that? That's pretty incredible, if you ask me.
And even if I fail,
at least I was honest. I am pretty honest. You gotta admit that. Hey, if I wanna make it to the top, I gotta study clues, or I can sit back and just watch the news. Hey,
you can never top me. I was born to be a winner. You can never stop me.
Don't try to photocopy.
You can never top me.
I was born to be a winner. You can never stop me.
Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash it.
All right, let's cue the music, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. I am your host. I am your pilot. And you know exactly why we are here. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to engage those who choose darkness as opposed to light in the hopes of getting them out of the cult. In other words, we're here to help Trump supporters understand what's coming, all right? Which is a big, nasty loss this November. And we're not going to let you try to say it's rigged, because the entire way we're going to be right next to you in your ear going, Kamala's going to win. Kamala's going to win. So you're not going to be able to pull any of those tricks you tried last time, you know, when you all participated in that insurrection. All right. Or as I like to call it, a domestic terrorist attack. All right. But before we get into that, let's take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. The second H stands for humble. And the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, stands for, you guessed it, handsome. Many of you are familiar with what we do over here on this side of town. What we do is very special. We hold our friends on the right, especially their cult leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, isn't it safe to say that when it comes to our friends on the right, there's a lot of dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes. I mean, it seems like they've hit the jackpot, right? Mark Robinson, did you hear? Oh my God! Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, I gotta say this: it's been a nasty week for brothers out there, right? I mean, P Diddy, we got P Diddy, right? We had what was that guy yesterday? That black J6er. I covered him yesterday. What was his name? I forget. Holmes. What was his name? The gray puller, first black Trump supporter I've seen at January 6th, and we caught him. We finally caught a black Trump supporter. And I said, this is some serious sick stuff. And then we get, Brian Holmes, I believe that was his name, F-Ball on TikTok, right? And then we get Mark Robinson in North Carolina. I tell you, if I were a black... Hold on. Where's my mic? If I were a black... And I'm Donald Trump, you ever seen that movie Get Out? This is now your time to really get out of the cult. Where's that brother Chris? Where's Chris at? Chris, you know, he's this brother that was in here, those white sheets, you know, and we caught him doing the same thing. Trying to find love on TikTok. Sliding into the DMs. You all need to knock it off. The time has come. You guys got to really get out of this cult. All right. And so listen up. If you're a Trump supporter out there, listen up. I got some bad news for you. It's going to get very, very uncomfortable in this live because I got a lot of truth coming. Not just me. Maybe there's some other people who got some truth, but there's going to be a lot of truth coming out, and it's going to make you very, very uncomfortable. All right? It is. I promise you it is. But get this. You don't got to take my word for it. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
They always complain.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
All right. Now, I mean, if you're still here after I start cooking, I mean, that's really on you. We take no prisoners, but we will have those tough conversations. And I know a lot of you get in the habit of saying, Zeus, sometimes when I'm in there and I'm letting them... Zeus, just drop them. And I go, I want to really drop these people. And that's why I've gotten the lake of fire ready. So when I invite a Trump supporter up here, I'm really trying to have an honest conversation. And the goal is to help you understand why you're in a cult and hopefully get you out of it. But when that doesn't work, you'll see the audience sometimes saying, drop them. But that just means Zeus is going to warm up the lake of fire. But if it gets too out of hand, I'm going to have to toss you into it. I mean, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Because as far as I'm concerned, we're really at a point where there's just no excuse. There's no sound excuse for why a person should still be supporting Donald Trump in light of all the evidence you have. Other than the fact that you're in a cult, there's just no explanation I've heard, right? And not just me. A lot of my friends out here, they've heard it as well, right? Let me ask the question. To all of my fellow Democrats out there, my real independents and my real Republicans, is there any reason, other than you're in a cult, good morning, Rick, is there any sound reason for why you should be a Trump supporter? I'm just curious because, and by the way, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we did see Kamala Harris yesterday with Oprah, and guess who was there? Zeus, yours truly, right? That was pretty incredible. I didn't want you guys to think I didn't notice that. Yes, I did post a video on my profile, so you can go check it out. All right, I pinned it right up there at the top, so you can see it. Yes, Kamala Harris, Oprah, Zeus, all in one spot at the same time. I mean, seriously. And that's just one more thing of many more things that are going to be coming, all right, towards MAGA by November. So, it's getting real serious out there, and I can understand why you're very scared and why you're terrified, all right? So there's no real solid reason to still be supporting Donald Trump based on what I've seen in the in the chat. Yes, thank you everyone who's been saying congratulations. All right. I didn't know that was going to happen. Honestly, I didn't. But it's a sign that you never know who's watching you. And that's why we keep it clean over here on this side of TikTok. All right. And so what we're going to do, there were two things. Well, there's a lot going on in the news cycle, right? There is a lot. Definitely we're going to have to talk about what happened yesterday, all right, with Oprah and Kamala Harris. But we're also going to talk about Donald Trump, all right, and his little rally yesterday, all right. And so let's get that queued up if you don't mind. But let's see. Okay. Yes, Donald Trump yesterday, he was making a plea to get votes from the Jewish community. And all I can say to you is, this is another sign that Donald Trump has clearly, I honestly believe Donald Trump and his supporters know. Okay, let me ask the audience real quick. Any Trump supporters out there in the audience real quickly out there, put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I need to ask a serious question. I need to ask you a serious question. Any Trump supporters out there? Still, because I know I've been just steamrolling all of you so much back against the wall. There's really no reason to still be out here openly supporting him. Listen, I'm going to go on record and say this. I have been watching all the MAGA lives on TikTok one by one fall. Boom. Where is this content creator at? Gone. Where is this one at? Gone. They see it. It's coming, MAGA. It's over. So I don't see any Trump supporters out there. So let's just continue with what's happening. All right. So Kamala Harris yesterday and Oprah, they went on. The first thing that I thought was a nice little treat is we got to see our good friend who? Chris Rock. Did we see Chris Rock yesterday? What did Chris Rock have to say when this thing started getting rocking and rolling?
And this Meryl Streep is
Meryl Streep was there. J-Lo was there. I mean, you name it. Star-studded event. The New World Order is Harris Walls. Oh, wait a second, Ron. Hold on, Ron. Ron, please come up in the box real quick. I was about to get started, but Ron, you put something nasty in my chat. Ron, 67. That's too short of 69. And you get what Ron is doing. He's too short of 69. Ron, you are something else. You didn't think I was going to pick up on that, huh? Ron is too afraid to get in the box. I'm surprised he was able to spell those words I'm surprised your spelling was pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good for MAGA. But unfortunately, Ron, you're wrong. And so what I'll do, ladies and gentlemen, let's just send Ron straight to hell. Let's give him a round of boos and shame. Bye, Ron. Bye, Ron. Ron, you're disgusting, bro. Bye, Ron.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
All right. So I wanted to get back and listen to what Chris Rock said because sometimes you just gotta pop out and I gotta keep it clean.
Who are not yet familiar to all of us. Okay, Brian, so happy to have you here
Hold
tonight.
on.
Brian Cranston, what do you want to say? Why did you want to join us here tonight?
Come on, give it to me, Chris Rock.
Thanks, Brian. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from London, Chris Rock. So it's the middle of the night there. You're the one who told me. Remember, Chris and I ran into each other this summer, and Chris, no matter where you meet him, he's funny. He goes, there's going to be weeping in the streets. Are we ready for the weeping in the streets?
And that's funny Chris Rock is saying that because that's what I've been saying. MAGA, this November, there's going to be weeping in the streets. and I dare you. I dare you, Trump supporters. I promise you. Listen to Donald Trump and go to meet him at the next Stop the Steal rally in Washington, D.C. Stop the Steal 2.0. Just listen to him and show up there. I guarantee you, you won't regret it.
When Kamala Harris becomes president of the United States of America, weeping in the streets.
Thank you.
What do you want to say, sir?
Go ahead, Chris.
I've always been a fan of Kamala, even back when she was running for. I remember writing her a check when she was like the district attorney for something. Maybe it was to get out of a parking ticket or something. But I've been writing her checks for a long time, and I want to bring my daughters to the White House to meet this black woman president.
You hear that? Did you hear that? He wants to bring his daughters to the White House to meet the black woman president. So all of y'all keep saying she ain't black. Gotcha again. Thank you, Chris Rock.
That's a reason. That's a reason.
That's the reason. I think she would make a great president, and I'm ready to turn the page, man.
Yeah.
All the hate, the negativity, it's got to stop.
Yeah, we're so sick of the negativity. Thank you so much, Chris, for being up this early in the morning in London. Thank you. Ben Stiller.
Aren't we all ready to turn the page on Donald Trump and his cult? Aren't we all ready? Thank you. They know she's black. That's why they're upset. Yeah. She's like Barack Obama to them all over again, but this time a lot worse because she's a woman. And that's what we need in this country. We need a lot more Kamala and a lot less Donald Trump and MAGA. All right, now let's get to the next part of this. All right, I got to call these parts out there. All of this was great content, but for the sake of this show and what we do, we try to focus in on some of the stuff that really seems to be keeping the people in the cult. I want to get to this part about black folks, especially the black men like Chris in my chat, all right, who loves to think that Donald Trump did a great job and life was better under Trump, because guess what Chris said he got? He said he got a check. He said he got a little checky check from Donald Trump. Any brothers out there supporting Donald Trump still? Put a 1 out there. Yeah, Chris in the white sheets looking for the snow bunny. Chris, are you there? But also now we're finding out Chris is looking for a handout. Yeah. Well, to the brothers out there that thought they had a lot of money in their hand because of Donald Trump, we got a message for you, all right?
Thank you so much.
Tell them
Will
Oprah.
Thompson is the founder of Win with Black Men.
Tell them Oprah.
What do you want to say specifically to white women in
wait.
This and enjoying this moment.
Yes, he knew I was coming here for something like this, and he goes, well, I'm just tell you, I'm voting for Trump. I'm voting for Trump because he gave me that check. And so I've heard that from several people, that I got the check, he gave us the check, and so therefore forget about everything else. It's about the checks.
Well, what he doesn't know is that Congress actually paid for the check and the American people paid for it.
You hear that, brother?
45 just signed it, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, there's
So what do you want to say to that kind of thinking? Because a lot of people feel that way.
Listen up, brother.
We're not a monolith. You can have your viewpoint and views for where you believe, but I think if I have the choice to go into someone to make the best decision for my family, I don't want someone who has 34 convictions. I don't want someone who is going to choose hate over choosing the best possible way to unite us as a country. So I see Vice President Harris as being the best person to do that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a second. We got somebody sitting quick. I'm in the middle of, doing my little segment. Greg, good morning. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. I've been on a couple times and you kicked me off, but I just got 2 questions.
Wait a second. Time out, Greg. Time out. I've had to kick you off?
Yeah, because I told you I was a liberal.
But you're not a liberal.
Well, I'm a registered Republican, but I lean more towards liberal ideas because I like to vote for the person, not the party.
Or did you vote for Trump at any time?
I did in 2016. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Did you vote?
Kind of undecided.
Did you vote for him in 2020?
No.
Okay, so why did I kick you off, baby? I mean, I'm not saying I didn't, but you must have done something very egregious for Zeus to have to kick someone like yourself off, because you seem pretty polite, and I might have bad memory.
We're not going to get into that because that ain't what happened. But the questions I got, and these are serious questions. So everybody keeps saying Kamala's going to win. I may have pronounced her name wrong. I really don't care.
Kamala, yeah, I'm listening.
But what if Trump does win? What are people going to do? I mean, seriously, it's a what if.
Yeah,
What he does.
is that what's keeping you up at night?
Not really. It's just
Well,
I
I'll tell
hear
you one thing.
everybody.
I'll tell you one thing. Do you think that when Trump says if he loses, this country is going to be over?
Well, that's what they all say.
That's what they
It's
all
not
say.
just Trump. That's what they all say.
No. Trump is the one actually saying the world will be over if he doesn't win.
Well, I understand that, but
Let's see. Let me honestly answer that question. Now, before I answer it, are you voting for Kamala or not?
I don't know who I'm going to vote for yet.
Come on, man.
I
How many more
honestly
days
don't.
we got? It's like 46 more days or something, right? 46,
I'm
45
at
more
the
days.
point of
What are you on the fence about? What's
who's the lesser of the two evils? Because when Trump was in, his last 4 years, or his last 2 years, was horrible. His last 2 years were horrible. It was more about
So-
the impeachment and getting him out than what America needed done by any of the parties. It didn't matter, Republican, Democrats, didn't matter. Everybody was focused on getting him out. And
Well-
that left us, the American people, out on the wing of not knowing what's going to happen.
Okay,
Getting
but
things done and not getting done.
but hold on now, hold on. The first 2 years, we're saying that goes to Barack Obama, right? Because he inherited that, right? And then you're saying the last 2 years.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
No. I mean, come on. You know how this works.
Conspiracy stuff, in my opinion. That's conspiracy stuff.
No, because he didn't do anything. I'm gonna be honest with you, Greg. Donald Trump has lied to you. You do get that much, though, right?
You show me one politician that has told you the truth, ever.
Did
A
I?
true blue politician. You can't answer that.
I would say
Say no.
President Biden and Kamala Harris. They've done a good job, decent
They've
job.
all told lies.
No.
Every political person has told lies.
But I'm not saying that, maybe they haven't misrepresented the truth or anything, but none at the level Trump has done. And so when I don't like saying people lied unless it's like serious. So I'm not talking about things that people kind of get off and misstate that really don't impact people. We're talking about things that have impacted and caused harm to people. And I would say you and I can agree Donald Trump has done a lot of that compared to Joe Biden or Kamala Harris.
I'm not saying he hasn't told lies. I mean,
we all
know he has.
Yes, okay. So when you tell me Donald Trump had a good 2-year run, I can't help but have to say, well, he got that because he inherited that economy from Barack Obama, right? Just like he inherited the wealth he got from his father. So the last 2 years, if you're saying he spent that basically fighting the impeachments, then we got to get into, well, why did he get impeached?
I can
Greg,
understand that.
why did he
I
get
understand that.
impeached? For everyone out here that doesn't understand this, because there's some people out there, Trump supporters, they don't understand why Donald Trump got impeached. So why did he get impeached the first time?
He was impeached because of the lies and stuff that was being told.
No,
And
the first time.
misrepresentations.
The first time. What was the first
I
time?
don't remember the first time, honestly.
Okay,
I
so
don't
do you remember him withholding the aid from Ukraine to try to get dirt on President Joe Biden? You remember that whole little fiasco?
Oh yeah, I do remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah. Now
Yeah, I
let's
remember.
sit there and think about that. Was he doing that in the best interest of the United States, or was he doing that in the interest of Donald Trump?
To me, that's open for interpretation by people's opinions.
Greg,
To be fair,
I'm
mean,
starting to get an idea of why I may have had to kick you off last time. I'm starting to get an understanding about why that may have happened. So let's try this again, Greg. You said you are an independent, or no, a Democrat, right? Or no, you said you're a Republican, but you lean left.
I'm a registered Republican, but I lean towards the person, not the party.
Okay, so do you lean towards the truth?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so let's ask ourselves this again. Why would Donald Trump withhold aid from Ukraine to find dirt on Joe Biden? A, because Donald Trump wanted to do something for himself, or B, Donald Trump wanted to do something in the best interests of the United States. If you had to take that test and turn in an answer, which would you select?
I mean, I'm sure he was doing it for himself.
Thank
But
you.
that's no
Thank you.
different
No,
That's no different.
no,
Now,
Greg.
yeah, this goes with the answer. There's no difference
See?
than when law enforcement is doing investigations. It's somewhat the same type of situation. But I get what you're saying. I totally get what you're saying. It was more so for himself, and I get that.
Greg, we don't need all of the beating around the bush and
I'm not
the
beating around
pretzel.
the bush, I'm stating facts. That's how people find out
Do
information.
you think I'm a fair when it comes to truth and how people say stuff to me? Do you think I actually give people an opportunity, Greg, when it comes to telling the truth? I'm pretty fair, right?
That's open for opinion and interpretation.
Greg, I can tell. I understand why you're here right now. You've been tossing and turning all night, trying to figure out how Donald Trump yesterday ended up with Mark Robinson, the black schnazi, doing nasty stuff, and how Kamala ended up on Oprah with all of these great and wonderful people, and how you somehow ended up on the side with Donald Trump.
Oh, they did.
And I get it. So you come into my box, and then you're like, Zeus, help me out, buddy. I'm struggling with this. And I'm like, okay, Greg, let me try this again. He got impeached the first time because he was looking out for himself. Case closed.
Right.
Don't put any sugar on your toast with that one. Just say that's what it is. Now we're gonna go.
What it is.
It is what it is. You can't trick anybody else in here. There's not one.
But it is what it is.
Greg, not one person in here believes you when you try to start doing all of that spin. There's no spin room here.
I don't care if they believe me or they don't. That's my opinion.
Yeah, but your opinion
That's the beauty of politics and our right to vote.
I'm going to go one step further. I don't think it's your opinion. It's your imagination.
Well, maybe so. But
okay, and I need you to kind of get that under. I need you to get your imagination under control this morning. All right? I don't want you up here with a box of crayons and a sheet of paper trying to color. I don't need all of that.
My favorite color is blue. So.
Well, then that means you should be a Democrat. All right? So now the second impeachment, that was because of what?
If I remember right, that was over the. Hold on, I gotta rack my brain here to think for a second. I'm trying to remember what the.
You okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Because I know it's shocking.
My hamster's running, so give my hamster a minute.
Okay, yeah. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Greg is struggling right now. This is part of the therapy that I give Trump supporters. Right when we start letting the truth, get them, and his hamster wheel, which is his brain, is sitting there. How many RPMs are we at, Greg? You came in, it was idling at around 500. Right now, you're about 5,000, bro. This is sick. This is sad, bro. I expected better from MAGA. Donald Trump always says he sends his best and his brightest.
Let me tell you this. Don't call me MAGA. You understand?
What's the issue with that?
I'm showing you respect. Don't disrespect me.
So wait a second. You're offended by the term MAGA? I
am.
Wait a second. Now that doesn't make any sense.
And the reason why is because that's a classification of being, as you all say, a cult. It's not a cult. That's just a saying. That's a acronym for what he says, make America great again. That's
okay, Greg. Okay. So Greg, there's a lot of work you're asking me to do in a very small window of time, and I'm going to need you to take.
Now
I'm going to need you to.
Turning, see?
No. I didn't know you.
I did.
I didn't know you needed this much help. So MAGA, from what Donald Trump says, is make America great again. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what he says, and that's what the acronym MAGA means.
And you don't like it when we call you MAGA?
No, because that's an acronym. My name is Greg, not MAGA.
No. But you're in the
Just
cult.
like you say your name is Zeus.
Okay.
You want people to call you Zeus.
Okay, so Greg, here's the easiest way to get people to stop saying you're in MAGA. Get out of the cult. That's the easiest way to do this.
I'm not
And part of that means, when I ask you simple questions, you can't give us MAGA answers. So let's try this again.
I don't remember what he was impeached for the second time. I can't remember. I really don't remember. I don't care to remember.
Do you think... Okay, so let's go ahead and unpack it then. Let's just get this out of the way. He was impeached for January 6th, Greg. Now, the January 6th thing, I'm going to ask you the same question. Was that in the interest of Donald Trump, or was that in the interest of the United States government, Greg?
I believe, and this is my opinion.
Here it goes. I hear their hamster wheel turning.
What happened was what he said was misconstrued by some deranged individuals, and they took the situation to where it was.
What did he say that...
That's what I think happened.
Okay.
Do I think he intentionally meant to do that? No.
Hey, I'm going to be honest with you. I thought about what you said, and it was a lot. So you're acknowledging that his supporters are deranged.
Hey, some are, yes. Just like there's some hair supporters who are deranged. That goes both ways. Don't say it, don't.
Greg,
because you're doing yourself a disservice.
So, Greg, I'm going to have to ask you to take a breather and listen to me. Cool. All right, breathe. All right, you've just dropped a huge bomb on the MAGA cult this morning, because you're MAGA and you're telling these other Trump supporters that they are deranged and delusional. So how do you divide yourself up from the deranged MAGA, all right, and the sane MAGA? How do you do it?
Same way you do.
That was a trick question, Greg.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
Tell me how you do it.
Because all MAGA are deranged.
So
yes,
you're saying you're deranged also.
I'm not deranged.
Because you're so against it.
So
that's why you're doing what you're doing yourself.
Let me give it to you, Greg. All right, let me give it to you. So Donald Trump says, let me find something to you. Let me go ahead and give it to you. I didn't want to say this.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you.
I'm going to stop it right there. Did he walk?
Nope.
But his supporters did.
Because they believe in what he says. Not everybody believes in what he says. Just like not everybody believes what Harris says.
Okay, I'll say this though: Democrats don't. The only people who believe him are folks like yourself, Greg. You're MAGA, so own that title and wear it with.
You keep trying to bait me. You keep trying to bait me into your conversation to make me look like a clown, but I'm not that dumb.
Wait, say that again. I didn't catch that.
MAGA, and I'm not MAGA.
Wait. What did you just? Me. You said.
You keep trying to bait me into your conversation, to your ideology, to make me look like a clown.
Let me ask.
That's.
Put a one in the. Okay, hold on. Put a one. I'm going to ask the audience to decide. Could you guys put a one in the? Could we all put a one in the chat if you believe Greg is looking like what he says, a clown? Please put a one if you believe that Greg might be up here looking like a clown. Now, Greg, those are your words. Those are your words, Greg. I didn't use those words. Look at all these people, Greg.
Hey, that's their opinion. I don't knock it.
You what?
I said I don't knock it. Why would I knock it? That's their opinion. That's their right.
Okay, but it should.
No,
Jesus Christ!
That's their right for people to have opinions.
No, but Greg,
you're trying to force your opinion on other people.
Greg, you got to. have I done anything wrong?
Go ahead.
I didn't tell these people to use the word clown. You did.
No,
Right?
but you're saying, telling people to put a one in its head,
Because you know what?
Greg's act like a clown. That's their opinion.
Okay, but
That's
listen.
not a fact. That's their opinion.
No. It's a fact because more than one person in the chat.
State the definition of a fact.
We don't-
Quote me the
pull-
definition of fact.
Pull it up then. We're having a conversation.
Don't have me do your job for you. I'm not doing your job for you. You do your job for you.
You're crashing out, Greg. You're crashing
I'm
out.
not
Okay.
crashing shit.
Oh, listen, now you can't be up here cursing on the show. That's what I mean when I say you're crashing out,
I'm
bro.
not crashing crap.
Yes, you
How about
are.
that? Is that
Yes,
better?
you are. Okay, yeah, you can say that, but keep it clean. You know, I got my mom and dad listening to this, and they said, listen, you gotta keep it clean, son. All right, and you know, so let's keep it
I just
clean.
got a violation. I apologize. I didn't mean to say that. It slipped out.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when I say you're crashing out. Now, here's the reason why I asked them to put a one in the chat because I didn't judge you. I just kept that thought in my head, like, Greg, you're up here embarrassing yourself,
But you did.
but you came up here and
did.
said you said a lot of
You
ridiculous
did
things.
Because you said I'm MAGA. That's a judgment.
It's proof. We know
That's
it's
your
true.
opinion, your judgment.
We know it's true, Greg, because the answers you gave us to simple questions proved you were MAGA. You don't know why Donald Trump was impeached. All right? Everyone on the earth knows why except for his supporters. And you know why his supporters don't know? Because they don't agree with the impeachments. They don't agree with the convictions. That's the thing. And so whenever I ask questions and I get an answer like the one you gave, it tells everybody in the chat you're MAGA. So you're sitting up here and you think no one can see that you're a MAGA, but we've been seeing it ever since you got in the box, bro. And so when you finally got to where we were at, when you're like, you got me up here looking like a clown, we're like, we've been knowing this. You just now articulated what we know. Now we know you know.
But you beat around the bush and you still ain't answered the question I asked.
What's the question, Greg? What's the
said,
question?
what
We're trying to help
if-
you get it.
What if Trump won? What
Any-
is his supporters going to
I'll
do?
tell you what. I'm not going to the United States Capitol to attend a Stop the Steal rally. I can tell you that. I'm not going inside of the United States Capitol and trying to deface it with a Confederate flag and all that other nonsense. I'm going to assume it was. I'm going to accept the results of the election, Greg, and I'm not going to go around lying and not.
As people should.
Okay, so I've answered your question. Does my answer come across as someone who's in a cult and deranged? It doesn't. It sounds like somebody who has a reasonable mind and knows how to think clearly, right? See the difference
That's a
between
sensible answer, yes.
you see the difference between you and I? It doesn't matter that I'm a Democrat. It doesn't matter I'm a Democrat or what. When it comes to being honest and truthful, you struggle.
Ask me questions like that. You just immediately went into well, you're a MAGA. You didn't ask me a question like that.
I don't
All
have
you
to.
asked me was who I was supporting,
Greg,
and I told
Greg, I've
you I was
answered.
undecided.
Greg, I've answered your question, and I think I've been very thorough with it. Now, there's only one thing left to address, right? I don't think you have a problem with any of the answers I've given you, right?
No, I don't.
Okay, so the last thing then,
Percentages.
the real thing that we have to address is, are you ready to denounce Donald Trump today?
I don't know. I ain't made up my mind yet. I'm serious. I haven't made up my mind yet.
Oh, okay, so you want to remain in the cult then, right?
No, because I was pushing for Kennedy.
Mm.
That's who I was pushing for.
Okay, but the thing is, I've given you a lot of opportunities to get out of the cult this morning. There's no reason after
keep
listening
saying
to
I'm in this stupid freaking cult.
you are.
And I'm not. I told you. I don't support Harris or Trump.
Yeah,
I
but
told
you're not
you.
denouncing Donald Trump.
I don't have to denounce crap.
Okay, so that means you're in a cult for the
That's
sake of this
your
show.
opinion. No, that's you trying to dictate somebody's opinion.
Yeah, no. Then denounce him. I'm not. You can say you're not voting for Donald Trump. That's fine.
I don't know who I'm voting for.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I ain't. And if I do, I just told you a lie. So I'm no different.
Yeah.
So why would I answer that question when I don't know yet?
Okay, so what's holding you back? Let's go there. See, I didn't want to do this because I would imagine your mind's already made up in terms of you just being willfully stubborn about this. Thank you, Lisa. What's holding you
I
back?
can't decide who's told the most lies just yet.
What?
Your was it.
So the Springfield situation, Springfield, Ohio, you heard about that. You saw the debate, right? Greg. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Greg is completely out to lunch this morning. Unfortunately, Greg, you are very, very delusional. I'm going to go ahead and take care of business. Greg, you're not being honest with Zeus. And it's sad.
Oh, you're
It's sad.
difference of opinions, and that's why
It's sad. And I don't want to have
a
to.
difference of opinion.
No.
And you want to dictate what people say.
No,
so
I just
you
want
get
you.
your ratings, you get your stuff.
I just want
get
you to
your
tell the
views.
truth.
Look, I'm not gonna argue with you. I am telling you the daggone truth. I
Okay.
have not made up my mind, and if you can't understand that, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. So have a good day.
Okay.
I'm not gonna argue with you. I ain't
Greg,
made
do
up my
better.
mind yet. And
Greg,
when
do
I
better. Greg,
I
do
will.
better. Greg, what part of the
Have a
country
good
are
day.
you? What part of the world are you in right now? Do better.
Indiana.
Okay.
Indiana.
You
I'm
know,
in the Midwest.
I need you to do better. You shouldn't be this old and confused about who you should be supporting. The guy that's been convicted 34 times, the guy that's been found liable of SA and fraud, the guy that's been indicted 4 different times, the guy that's been impeached twice, Greg, or the woman who obviously has a better track record than this knucklehead that you still seem to be confused about. That's why I say you're MAGA, Greg. And guess what I'm going to do, Greg? Let's turn the heat up. Greg is possessed with the MAGA demon. And we're going to take care of business. We're going to throw Greg, ladies and gentlemen, into the lake of fire because Greg is being willfully ignorant on the show. Greg, ladies and gentlemen, join me in casting Greg straight into the lake of fire. Let's give him a round of booze and shake.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Silence, you MAGA demon. I know it. Listen, we know a Trump supporter. As soon as we see your comment, we don't even need to hear you. We know you. We can tell you're kind. All right. Let's move this along, ladies and gentlemen. I want to ask, is there another Trump supporter in the chat that believes what Greg was saying is true? If so, please put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter. I'm confused. I'm confused why these Trump supporters are taking out their anger and frustration on the Democrats when they know they're angry at Donald Trump. I mean, this is beyond me. Sarah, I can't invite you, Sarah, because you don't have the ability to go live. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. I see Country Girl. Yes, I was on Oprah yesterday, and thank you all for that and all of the love and support. All right. You never know where people will see you, and so yeah, it was a wonderful treat. Put a 1 in the chat. Oh, there she is, Country Girl. Come on up here, Country Girl. I gave you an invite, if you don't mind, Country Girl. Green Eyed, thank you so much, Country Girl. I gave you an invite. All right. She says she can't stand. I can't stand Zeus. That's what Country Girl said. Country Girl, come on up. Okay, well then you know what she says. I'm not worth it. Well, Country Girl, if you didn't know how I run my show, I'll say it once and then I'm not going to have to say it again. Number 1, if you are upset with the way that I'm running this live,
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
that's for you, Country Girl.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You hear that, country girl? I don't allow Trump supporters to be victims around me because look at what you guys have done to this country. You tried to end democracy as we know it on January 6th, and you're going to sit up here and cry and complain about what? The economy and the border? Well, you're not going to be complaining about the economy now. It's doing real great. The border, you can't complain about that because Donald Trump doesn't want to fix it. So blame yourselves. Blame all of you on TikTok who love to be lied to. That's just that. And the second thing is, listen up, mods. If Country Girl is in my chat and spreading lies and misinformation, y'all know what to do. Put her in a straitjacket so that I can continue to minister to her soul. Don't block her. Just put her in a straitjacket for about 5 minutes, so she can't type anything, and let Zeus do what he does, because I'm reaching somebody's soul. And when I do that, I don't need people like Country Girl out there spreading hatred out there, because we don't do that here. It's all love here. Now, put a 1 in the chat if you're a MAGA. If you're MAGA. Okay, hold on, Albert. Hold on, I see you. The mods put it up there. They've pinned it. Missy, you don't want Kamala's policies. I already know that trick. Put a 1 up in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. All right. Uh-oh, who do we have here? Albert.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on? You're a Trump supporter?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what part of the country?
Texas.
Oh, my God. What do you got going on in the background? It's kind of loud.
Well, I'm driving to a job site right now.
Oh, man, I can't talk to you while you're driving, Albert,
sure.
man. Come on, you know the rules. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, a MAGA demon driving. Let's give him what he deserves. Come on, Albert.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Come on, y'all Trump supporters, y'all got to do better. All right, let's see if I can get another Trump supporter out there. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you believe Donald Trump is the best thing for America since sliced bread. All right. Open Eyes 78. I've sent you an invite. I'm just sending invites and they're not accepting it. All right. They're not accepting it. Oh my goodness. Who do we have here? Kai, you said you're a Trump supporter. I mean, I'm pretty fair. I'm pretty fair, as you can tell. There's 3 of them. I've invited 3 MAGA demons and none of them have accepted my request. This is indicative of what's going on right now. Every Trump supporter is sensing that the end is near. And what it's going to be called the Great Separation. All right. When Donald Trump loses and then has to spend the rest of his natural life inside of a courthouse, it's going to be a great separation. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you believe Donald Trump is the best thing for America since sliced bread. All right. All right, let's see. I mean, they put 1s and act tough. They put 1s out there and it says, okay. And I'm only looking for the best and the brightest at this point. I mean, because as you can see from the previous guests, they don't really bring their best and their brightest on the TikTok. All right. I mean, I don't get it. Justice,
Hey,
no
Zeus,
water.
I just want to say, bro, me and my mom watch you every morning, bro, and we love everything you do, bro. We fully support you, bro. My mom loves watching you.
Really? Well,
I'm
that
20.
is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm
you and
20,
your
bro,
mom
but
tell.
my mom's in her 40s, and she watches you literally every morning. Every time you go live, I see her watching you. So keep doing
Wow.
what you're doing, bro.
Thank
We
you, bro.
appreciate you and rock with you.
All right, I rock with you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Justice No Water. That was quite a treat. I didn't expect that, but this is proof that we're doing things out here that really, really are positive and impact the lives of millions of people out here. Thank you,
Most
Justice.
definitely. Keep doing your thing.
What part of the country are you in, if you don't mind?
I'm in Florida right now. We both in Florida.
What? Wow. I heard we're about to turn Florida's a toss-up state. That's what I'm hearing. So
Definitely a toss-up state, but over here, we Kamala all the way, man.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you. Look at that.
Absolutely.
Wow, wow, wow. All right. Well, listen, Justice No Water. Let's give him another round of applause. All
Man,
right.
I appreciate it, man. But you the one who deserves the round of applause, bro. You do this every morning, deal with these people every morning, bro. We really do appreciate it, bro. It's awesome to see.
All right. I will. Well, I listen. I'll take what I can get. Thank you. All right.
Most definitely, bro. You
All
keep doing
right.
your thing.
Keep on doing your thing too. You and your mom. Tell your mom I said hello as well, ladies and
Most
gentlemen.
definitely. I think she's in the car. She should be here any moment. She's probably watching right now, believe it or not. But
All
yeah.
right. Well, all right, Mom. Keep up the great work. You're doing an awesome job with your son. All right. I got it. All right. Thank you, Justice No Water, ladies and
Thank you,
gentlemen.
man.
Let's give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God. Thank you, brother. I really do appreciate that. I really do. You just never know who is looking at you, and that's why I actually do what I do, because I think it's bigger than me at this point. Hippie No Holmes. Come on in the box. Zeus sent you a guest request. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter and you believe Donald Trump is the best thing for America since sliced bread or button-up shoes. Hippie, I sent you a request and you didn't accept my request. All right, all right, all right. See, this is what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. I guess since there's no more Trump supporters to steamroll, Florida is going to go blue. All right, KY. Let's go, KY. You told me to bring you up here. Swift has 3 concerts in Miami and Florida. Well, we will see. We will see. All righty then. All righty then. All right. All right. We're going to give you Trump supporters one more chance. All right. Hey, okay. All right. Put a 1 in the chat. Okay, there we go. There we go. Keith Roberts. Come on up here, Keith. You know I'm a fair administrator of justice and truth over here, Keith. Come on up here and show the world what they need to see in order to actually be on the same side as you. Good morning, Keith.
How are you, Zeus?
I'm all right. What part of the country are you in?
Kentucky.
Kentucky. Oh, my. I heard they found the pew pewer recently over there off of the freeway. You remember that incident?
Down there, Southern Kentucky. Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. They said he unalived himself or something. Is that what happened?
It would be best for him if he did, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, you know, he was doing evil things, so yeah, I understand. All right, so I suppose you're supporting Trump?
Well, see, that's where the issue is. I'm not a Trump supporter, nor am I a Harris supporter. Here's the situation, in my opinion. Let me give you a little background. I'm a former U.S. Marine.
Okay, thank you for your service.
Retired firefighter and cop. I was elected here in Kentucky for a 4-year term that I decided to retire out of law enforcement for.
Mm-hmm. Were you on the Republican side?
Only reason I was on the Republican side is very simple. You had to choose one of the 2 parties.
Yeah, so you chose Republican. That's usually how this works.
Well, yeah, but here's why. Out of the 2 parties, they were the closest to my beliefs. Now, that being said,
would that belief involve you being tied to being a Christian in any capacity?
I'm actually pagan.
Okay. I didn't know. I'm just asking. Keep going.
No, I have no problem. Ask away.
Yeah.
To me, this is civil conversation for me. So, here's the thing: when we as Americans finally get tired of all these corrupt politicians, and I don't care what party it is, because both parties are as corrupt as the other.
Right.
When you and I, you as a man of color, me as a light-skinned white guy, what do you want to say, okay? When we get past that and start communicating with each other and stop believing what the news tells us, because all the news tells anybody is information the government wants passed on or the power.
Okay, but Keith, here's the thing. We're not getting to the meat and potatoes right now. You're trying to take me on a full-fledged dinner date, and it's like we just trying to have some coffee this morning. What do you got for me?
Well, you want to discuss then, Trump? Okay.
No. The point you're making, just kind of get to it. And what is it you're trying to really say? Are you saying we can't come together? Is that the issue? And
Here's the problem that I see, okay? And I've seen this fire EMS, law enforcement wise, and I'm gonna go on record. In 24 years in law enforcement, I never had a single incident with a person of color versus a white person. I had more problems out of white people than I ever encountered with a black person. Now, I was a rural cop.
What am I supposed to take that? Say that again. I'm trying to wrap my mind around that thought process. All you did 24 years in law enforcement.
Yes, sir.
Keith Roberts has never had a problem with a person of color. All his problems have been with a white person.
Absolutely.
What describe those problems if you don't mind? I'm just curious what that looks like.
Okay. You pull over a white person, say a teenager, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Pick their race. Now, pick their color. Pick their gender, okay? The first thing that goes normally out of their mouths, you know who my father is?
Mm.
You know who my grandfather is or whoever?
Mm-hmm.
You pull a person of color over, in my experience, okay? I've never had one not say, "How you doing, sir?" Have a regular conversation with as a human being.
Mm.
But then again,
so,
now I will say I treat everybody the same, regardless of anything else. I show respect.
Okay. So, okay, that's interesting. So, ultimately, blah, 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 all this means what to you?
The problem in our country with the race is the politicians.
So there's a problem that in this country involving race, and you're blaming the politicians. I think that's mighty. That to me, that's not necessarily a fair thing to do. Because while they do have the ability, I would say, to influence a lot of people, I actually think all they're doing is speaking for the communities that they represent in a way. Don't you think? So, for instance, if I listen to Donald Trump, I'd say, yeah, he has a big microphone, but for some reason, it resonates with a lot of people in this country, and that's an issue, right?
There's a lot with.
And to your point, it might. Well, I would say it's only white people, but after Mark Robinson yesterday, I can't say that anymore. I'm sorry. It's what I call a strong demonic force.
I would agree.
Okay.
Because, and here's the thing with Trump.
Greg, stop sending your money over here. Greg, stop. Just focus on doing your work. All right, Greg? You got enough problems in your life. Stop it. Sorry, Keith.
But with Trump, he's a reality TV show. That's all he is. And with that being said, what does any politician, Harris, Biden, whoever, okay, Trump, one I can't stand, Mitch McConnell.
Wait a second. Yeah, when you start looping Harris and Biden into that group, I gotta push back, Keith.
Okay.
I got to. Please, for the sake of our country, don't do that.
Well, explain something to me then. Okay. Explain what Biden in his 47 years in office has done, or what the worthless Mitch McConnell has done in, almost 40-something years also? What have they done for this country besides line their pockets?
Besides line their pockets?
Yes.
See, that's where I get to this point with you and I go, you know what Joe Biden has done already. You've been on TikTok long enough. You've been listening to him for that long. What we know is he isn't in there breaking the law. What we know is he's not inciting violence, right? Right? What we know is he didn't get impeached. What we know is he did work in the Senate. He did work as Barack Obama's vice president and was part of that administration being as successful as it was. And you know, he and his vice president, they inherited a mess of a country after Donald Trump's failed presidency. And it was because of his commitment to the American values, him and hers, that we were able to turn things around and get on this track we're on now, where we can start trying to make Donald Trump and his supporters an afterthought. People want to turn the page on this MAGA nonsense. People want to go towards a brighter future, Keith. And Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, they've been very instrumental in that.
I've got kids and grandkids that I fully support a brighter future.
Yeah. Is Joe Biden trying to take away rights for women, him and Kamala Harris? Are they trying to take away rights for women, or are they trying to protect them and restore them in terms of their reproductive freedom? And the Voting Rights Act for John Lewis. It seems to me that Joe Biden, maybe he didn't start off right, but he's done a lot of the work that I think needs to happen in order for you to actually show you've been a person that's done bad things and you've been able to look at yourself, evaluate yourself, hold yourself accountable, and start taking those steps to becoming a better person. Is he perfect? No. Is Kamala perfect? No. But at least they're not out here fanning the flames of hatred and bigotry and racism and misogyny the way Donald Trump and his supporters do, right?
So you made the comment that Obama and Biden inherited a mess from Trump.
Yeah. No, I didn't say Obama and Biden. I said Kamala Harris and Joe Biden.
Okay, then I misunderstood you because I could have swore you said Obama and Biden.
No, I said he worked under Barack Obama for 8 years.
Okay.
But they did inherit you agree that they inherited a mess, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, right?
I think every president gets elected inherits some form of a mess. Now.
Nope, I got to stop you right there, Keith.
Okay.
What mess did Donald Trump inherit from Obama and Joe Biden? What did him and Mike Pence inherit?
How about the economy?
It was good. It was rocking and rolling. Yeah.
Huh. What about now?
Looks like the economy is what they said had a soft landing. Meaning, after Donald Trump tore this country up with him and his rich friends, after Donald Trump tore his country up with his rich friends and his tax cuts for them that didn't really help Americans, and you know how he dismantled the pandemic response team and set us up so that when the pandemic came, we were basically caught flat-footed. Remember all of that stuff?
Pandemic?
No. Well, Keith, I'm teaching you something. Remember? I am.
No, you're not.
I just taught you something.
You just mentioned the pandemic.
I did.
A government-made pandemic.
And that right there, Keith, is why I knew it when you got in the box and you started hemming and hawing. I knew you were a MAGA demon.
Negative.
You're possessed.
That may be possible, but I'm not for Trump. Try again.
No. You are for Trump. And here's the thing, Keith. If you would just own this, you would be able to get out of the cult. Why? You're the second Trump supporter. First it was Greg. Why are y'all so afraid to say you're MAGA? Why are you so afraid to say you're MAGA or a Trump supporter? Why are you so afraid to admit it?
Because I don't support him.
Yes, you do.
If I supported him, I would have voted for him before I voted for Joe Jorgensen last election.
Okay. So who are you voting for?
Right now, probably Robert Kennedy.
So, thank you. And guess who Robert Kennedy is part of? What administration is Robert Kennedy a part of?
He's a Kennedy.
No, who is he linked to? Thank you so much for that. Who is he linked to, Keith? Huh?
Who's he linked to?
See, he's linked to Donald Trump, and you knew that.
No, actually, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
so guess what I'm going to have to do, Keith? Keith?
You're all the same.
How are we all the same? Because I don't want to have to throw you into the lake of fire with your friend Greg, but I'm going to.
I'll walk
I don't want to.
All day long. I don't care. Been there, done that.
So you're ready to crash out this morning?
Whatever.
You're bad. You want to be bad like Michael Jackson, right? Do you understand our country is on the line, and folks like you aren't doing a good job helping get this country on the path forward? Because it's all about Keith Robert and his feelings. This is I expected more from you, especially because you served this country. Especially because you said you served this country. I expect
nothing.
You say you served the country?
I absolutely did.
Okay. Mike Pence said Donald Trump asked him to place him above the United States Constitution. Whether or not you're a Trump,
No.
Huh?
A corrupt politician from Southern Indiana. You want to try it again? That's a corrupt person. Okay, cool.
So where do you stand? For democracy or against it? Keith?
We live in a republic, not a democracy.
Keith, you know what? Keith, where do you think you went wrong? Where did you start going down the rabbit hole at in your career, in your life? What age? What age did it happen? Because I don't get it. Thank you, Chrissy Marie, for the subscription. Keith, I would prefer you come in the box and say, I'm a Trump supporter and I'm all Donald Trump. But your confusion is the issue. Because you try to brand yourself as an independent person and a free thinker, but all thoughts lead back to MAGA. And you can't see it. You're a danger to yourself and others. Just be one or the other. You only got two real choices this November. Kamala Harris or Donald. You can't. No, the problem is you, Keith. You're trying to make the world into something it's not. You don't want to. Keith. You don't
destroy this country.
Keith, you want to make this country into your fantasy country where it runs the way Keith wants to run it, and you don't want to engage government the way it's currently running. So you're in la la land as far as I'm concerned. You need to get out of that thought process and either get on the winning team or the losing team. All right? And if you really cared about this country, the winning team to you would be obvious. Kamala Harris. Her and Joe Biden have a solid record that whether you like their policy or not, you really have to understand they've done an outstanding job. And I've already explained it to you. They've rescued this country from Donald Trump. All right? Especially the way he mismanaged the pandemic. Go look up how he dismantled the pandemic response team. Why do you think he had to rely on Mike Pence so much? Because if it wasn't for Mike Pence, this country would be even a lot worse situation. And I don't even like Mike Pence, Keith. And the fact that you're unable to see that tells me everything I need to know. You're a disgrace to this country. You're a disgrace to this country. Yeah. Unless you get out of the cult. And I'm willing to help you do it if you admit it.
I left Christianity a long time ago, so
I didn't say you were in the Christian cult. I said you're in the MAGA cult. See how I know you are. And unfortunately, there's really see, now you're using profanity. We don't do that over here. Keith,
okay.
Thank you for apologizing, and I appreciate that. But Keith, honestly,
your person in here that says I'm no Marine, I enlisted in '93. So try to tell me what I did, Evan Moore. I hate to do that.
But Keith, my last plea with you is this: I really do need you to get somewhere, shut off all the TV, shut off Fox News, shut off TikTok, shut off Facebook, put the device down, and go into a quiet spot that you believe is safe, right? And I really want you to evaluate Kamala Harris and her values and her policies, and then Donald Trump, his values and his policies, and come back to me and tell me whose values and policies align with Keith the most. Could you do that for us?
Yeah, I'll do that for you.
And then come on back. But in the meantime, I'm going to have to take care of some serious business in here.
You have a good one then.
I'm going to have to toss him into the lake of fire because he's possessed. He admitted it. All right. So you have a good one, Keith. All right. You want me to toss you or are you going to jump in yourself?
I'll leave.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, We got to throw Keith into the lake of fire because he refuses to accept the truth. Goodbye, Keith. Goodbye. Do the homework. But we're going to have to warm it all up again and toss him into the lake of fire. Let's give Keith a round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Silence, you MAGA demon. I can't find an honest Trump supporter. I just can't. And what's with this new trend? I'm not going to admit I support Donald Trump anymore because I guess you're starting to realize he's losing and you don't want to be a known loser. You want to be a secret loser. These are the same people months ago. We're going to win. I'm proud MAGA. Kimmy, keep it clean, Kimmy. You already know what I do. I'm trying to show you a lot of love, Kimmy, because you know just like I know it's not looking good. Am I right, Sue? All right, so what I'll do is this, and then we'll go to the mutuals, all right? I'm going to give one more Trump supporter a chance to redeem MAGA this morning. Please put a chat if you are MAGA. Heather, are you MAGA? All right, I'll give one more Trump supporter the opportunity to redeem MAGA. All right, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Greg didn't do so well. Keith didn't do so well. Who do we have here? Heather, are you a Trump supporter?
Absolutely.
Oh, lordy. First of all,
So, Zeus, tell me why you support pedophiles.
wait. Now, Heather, come on. Now it's early. You can't say that on TikTok.
Oh, I
Remember?
can't, eh?
You can say P3DO though.
Oh, okay.
I don't support those. By the way, I don't.
Well, your party, the little demon rap party, seems to be filled with them.
No.
You know, why? Look at Obama and Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and Oprah.
I was
All
waiting.
your little buddies, they're all into Satanism. They're all sold their soul to the devil.
Hey, Heather, I was
You
waiting
want
for
to
you.
talk about casting people into the lake of fire, buddy? That's where you're going if you follow this political party. That's
Let me ask you.
murdered 63
Wait.
babies in the womb.
Hold on, Heather. Hold on, if you don't mind. And don't worry, I'm not afraid to have this conversation with you. So, you said you saw some photos.
I didn't see photos. I actually.
Who's that? Who's that right there? Heather?
Oh yeah, so you got a picture of Trump with Jay-Z, what, 20 years ago?
Who else is he with?
How come Epstein? Let me ask you this. How come Epstein didn't go
Okay.
down under Obama, under Clinton, under Biden? How come these people are going down under Trump?
Okay, so did we?
Do you think Kamala Harris did not get voted in?
Heather?
Joe Biden stole the election.
Heather, I'm just going to get straight into it. Can I continue to at least have the conversation? Because there's something else I wanted to share with you. And I'm not quite sure you may have heard this, but I'm going to go ahead and give it to you. Promise not to tell anybody. All right, promise? Promise?
Don't promise anything.
Okay, listen.
If Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Let me give it to you again.
If Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating
I think
her.
I had the volume too loud.
If Ivanka were my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Let me address that because you took a clip. You didn't take the entire context. And Joy Behar, I believe, was the one that asked the question, would you date your daughter? And you know what? Why would you even ask that question? I've sat there and watched Ellen DeGeneres.
Thank you, Jamie, for the subscription. Okay.
Don't interrupt me. My bad.
I'm sorry. I was just thanking somebody for Heather. I was just thanking
But
people
you're rudely interrupting me. Let me speak. This is what you guys do. Thank you for the $5. Thank you for the $10. Thank you for the $2.
Well, isn't that polite?
Let me speak. You want to debate? Let's debate. I have listened to Ellen DeGeneres ask Hillary Clinton, who would you rather have sex with, your Chelsea or Michelle Obama? Okay. And the media said nothing about that. So you guys take a clip and you take it out of context.
Okay, what about this? Can I say this?
Exposed Epstein. Trump
Can
was
I-
the one that took him down. Trump was the one that supported all of Epstein's victims. Bill Clinton invited him to the White House 17 times. Bill Clinton flew on his plane 27 times. Don't give me that there's a picture. If you want to know what Trump is, Trump's an undercover.
Thank you for those subscriptions, by the way. Hey, Heather, can I?
Those people,
Heather,
those groups, and
Heather, can I play this for you?
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
So it's funny. I think it's
Zeus. You know, have you ever said anything crude or rude? Obama let his daughters be intern with Harvey Weinstein, a man who is raped.
Oh, wait, Heather, you got to say graped.
Okay,
Remember. This is
Harvey Weinstein, a man that SA'd over 200 Obamas, sent their fake kids that aren't their real kids, because we know Michelle is not a biological female. Okay. These people, I've seen. Have you seen the Hunter Biden laptop? Because Hunter Biden's got sex tapes with the Obama daughters.
Whoa.
So don't even talk to me about have you seen Hunter Biden committed 459 crimes on camera, and he is walking free. Why is there cocaine in the White House? Obama was SAing children while he was in the White House. Okay,
Heather. Whoo. Are you, ladies and gentlemen? Heather has been repeating lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, conspiracy, lie, conspiracy, lie, lie, conspiracy, 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 conspiracy. Oh, Heather, you haven't even breathed. Let's try this again, Heather. I don't even want to dive into one and then end up being circled with all those other conspiracies. So I just got to get straight to the healing. Because you've been lied to, Heather. And I got some bad news to deliver this morning, Heather. And I appreciate you, Heather. Please hit unmute. I appreciate you for having the strength to get in the box today with that MAGA demon. I appreciate, Heather. I
lie to people. Go to marcopolo.com, folks, and look for yourself.
Heather.
Nasty emails.
Heather.
Why is Obama finding $65,000 of pizza and hot dogs, which the FBI
I don't want to have to mute you, Heather. Heather. I don't want to have to mute you.
You want to mute me as soon as I start unloading on you people.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Heather was removed for community guidelines violations. Unfortunately, Heather, it's another sad situation with the Trump supporters. You can't get on TikTok and lie. That's the thing. There are rules to how you do this, all right? And I'm trying to just help you all get to the point where you get help, but you don't want help. So guess what I am going to do, Heather? I know you're out there somewhere. I got to take care of business and toss you into the lake of fire, because it's clear you are possessed with the MAGA demon. Heather, the truth is not in you. You're not a Christian, and all those false tales, you know what that's called? Bearing false witness against Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and all these others. That's evil. It's corruption, and it's downright disgusting. And it qualifies you to be tossed into the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Let's get ready to toss her. Join me in sending deranged Heather into the lake of fire. Let's give her a round of boos and shame.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
And I still see some people in the audience right now saying, Zeus, we don't like you, Zeus. You're too mean. You know what I got to say?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, Very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Heather, please get professional help. I think there's a website, betterhelp.com. All right? You're spiraling. You're worse than Snuggles. You're worse than Snuggles. And I never thought I'd have to say that, especially to a MAGA woman. I never thought I'd have to say that. All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, who do we have next? All right, we're going to bring up my good friend Shay. Shay is very great at putting things in perspective in the kingdom. Good morning, Shay.
What the hell was that?
Oh my God. I have no, that was, all three of them just really struggled this morning.
Yo, this is MAGA. This is who you're voting along with. This comprises your party. Oh my God. This is, wow. I mean, no, I don't even know what to say about that woman. She needs professional help.
Yeah.
I mean, she needs to have someone just shake her head. Maybe the marbles will roll around in the right, position. I don't know. Like, let's rack it up and see if we can get her straight. That was ridiculous. Wow.
She gave you every conspiracy theory out there, every QAnon lie. She said it.
Well, seriously, I mean, I don't think there's a what's a court reporter that can type so fast? I don't think there's a court reporter out there that could have typed all that out correctly.
Yeah, right,
I mean,
right.
That was a fire hose of misinformation if I've ever heard one.
Thank you, and I'm glad that you were able to pick up on that, because I listened to that and I said, there's just no way she really is like this, but she really is like that.
Yeah, no, she is. And there's a lot like her, sadly. There's a lot like her that are down that troll of Democrats are the evils and the three PDOs and the deep state and, drinking the blood of children and for educational purposes only, TikTok. That it's insane to me. Michelle Obama's a man, all this stuff. What? Malia Obama with Harvey Weinstein? What? I mean, just all this ridiculous stuff. My goodness. But meanwhile, you got your other two people saying, well, I'm going to vote for RFK, but he didn't know that RFK Jr. has said my support is going to Donald Trump. I'm no longer on the ballot. Don't vote for me.
Wow.
I mean, supposedly he knows what's going on and he pays attention, but didn't know the guy he was voting for has said, I'm out. I mean, what? What in the world is going on with you people?
I don't think that he didn't know. I think what we're seeing, and I mean, maybe you're right though. I think what we're seeing is these supporters, they know Donald Trump just might lose, and they're starting to try to create their little exit plan. All right. To kind of say, oh yeah, well, I wasn't a Trump supporter when it all comes crashing down. They're trying to escape the cult.
They are. They're trying to. And that's what we're going to see this more and more in these next 45 days. We're going to see this more and more of people saying, well, I'm not a Trump supporter. I just stop in the middle. But then when you start picking at them, yes, thank y'all, sending him gifts. This is what you need to understand, that this is absolutely, I know it's bad, but I'm so into the cult. I'm so into the left is this and that, and I don't know how to support this, and transgender in the bathroom and da-da-da-da. But you've got Mark Robinson. I mean, have you, this? Wow.
Go ahead and get into Mark Robinson if you don't mind, because I got some colored folks out there that support Mark Robinson.
Ooh, this is Black MAGA, but he's like to the extreme of it. This is a black man that obviously doesn't want to be black, right? This is a man that calls himself a black schmazzy.
Right.
This is a man that says the Triple K he wishes he could join, and his name would have been Martin Lucifer Coon.
Didn't he said that?
He did.
Wow.
That's what he said his name would be if they would let him in, but they won't let him in because he's black.
Oh Lord. Whoa, brother. You crashed it out like that. And didn't Donald Trump say that this is, who did he say, Martin Luther King Jr. on steroids?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Donald Trump said, this is Martin Luther King on steroids. And Martin Luther King III came out and said, excuse me?
Thank you.
It came out and released, hey, Gary K., you say Mark Robinson's awesome. You got 1,200 followers. Come up and tell us how Mark Robinson is awesome when he talks about,
transgender women in the bathrooms are a threat to women and children, but yet he's the one that is admitted to being a peeping Tom in women's dressing rooms and watching them undress. He admitted to that.
Wow.
He also admitted that he loves tranny corn. Yes, loves watching that and the disgusting things he said about that. He's also on Ashley Madison, which is a website to go and try to hook up with other women when you're married. So I don't know if Mark Robinson's married. I didn't do the thing.
I heard he is, but these people, they use marriage as a cover to do nasty things. So I don't even trust it.
Oh, no, absolutely not. I mean, he also said that he believes slavery was the right thing and wishes he could own slaves.
Sue, thank you. Wow.
This is the horrible stuff that's come out of this man's mouth, and he refuses to drop out of the race. So he is going to hurt Donald Trump. North Carolina is going blue. Guarantee.
Let's go. Goodbye, MAGA. More L's to hold on to. Seriously.
And people are trying to scrub their pictures with him, and, they're trying to distance themselves. You all knew who this man was. None of us believe that you don't know who Mark Robinson was. None of you came out and condemned his horrible things about the gay community and the things he said about them and the things he said he wishes the 19th Amendment would be turned over so that women couldn't vote. It's not
Amen.
a place for women to vote. He's been saying horrific things, and none of you have come out and condemned this man, including Donald Trump.
Straight facts. Thank you, straight facts. Let's go. Tell him, Shay.
And there's going to be so much more tea that's going to drop in the next 45 days. You guys
think so?
Crying. Oh,
You
God.
think so? You think so?
Yeah.
More truth is going to be coming out about these MAGA men, especially, and their nasty ways. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's all going to be coming out because if you believe in anything, through light will shed the darkness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it'll shine out and say this is what you need to understand, and you guys need to get a grip. And I'm proud of Kamala Harris. She's really stepped up to the plate. She really understands the direction she wants to take this country, and it's important to really be listening to her. She is different. Everybody wants to talk about the vice president thing. There have been several vice presidents that have taken over the president, right?
Yeah.
But nobody has ever sat
Stay
there
positive.
and said,
Thank you.
yeah, they're different than the president. Kamala Harris is a different person than Joe Biden. Hands down. Different different feelings of things. I think she's stronger on 2A than Joe Biden was. So everybody's like, well, why? She prosecuted people about crossing the border and drug cartels and sex traffickers and all that. She already knew that, but you have to understand she can only give advice. She doesn't lead the office. So she has to support. That is her role, a supporting role. Yes, she can say, well, Joe, I think we need to do this. But please understand that Kamala Harris obviously feels different and will do things differently. She's fought very strongly against the border. So she really wants to do this. So she's come out much stronger than Joe on a couple of issues.
Thank you.
So please be listening to her and stop saying, well, what has she done? Now go back to all the other vice presidents that have come into the office that have done things differently. H.W. Bush versus, Reagan. We could go on. Nixon versus Eisenhower. I mean, we can FDR versus Truman. You can go through all of the different, from the presidents to the vice presidents, and see that they absolutely were different in their administrations. Get your head out of your butt and study some history, people. Look at the facts. Look at the facts. Gore is definitely a different person from Clinton. Completely different.
Union gang.
Yeah. So you got to open your minds and think and understand that, and stop saying things like that, because I think things would have been handled a little differently. Not that
Union gang. Thank you for the choo-choo train.
Wow, that was so nice.
You guys are so nice. Yes.
I know. They're such a great group of people. But anyway, that was interesting. They're falling apart.
Woo! Another train. Wow, we cooking MAGA this morning. Thank you, Union gang.
Hear from you guys. But yeah, That's it. They're desperate. We're going to see more desperation. We're going to see more nonsense. We're going to see more crying.
Wow, 3 Train Union Day. Boss lady, wow, you all are showing a lot of love today. Wow. I appreciate it. Seriously.
I know. They're the best.
Yes.
No, I tell you, when I see our groups and I see our lives and stuff, it's just full of information and understanding and everything. And I just love you guys. Keep doing the hard work. We're going to win this, and it's just amazing. So,
all right.
Thank you all for the gifts as well to me and to Zeus. And let's guys, get out and vote. Don't forget, look and see October 7th for the state of Texas. The last time you can register to vote.
Get it out there.
Register in person, sadly, because Greg Abbott's doing all his shenanigans. But I think we're going to see quite a few red states go blue. That's my prediction.
All righty then.
Love you guys. Have a wonderful
all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Oprah, that was awesome.
I was on Oprah yesterday. Did you see that? And I said I was watching it, and I said, "What is this? My phone going off?" I'm like, "What is that?" And then I had to. Oh my God! They saw the Zeus. The Zeus factor kicked in. Kamala must have watched that, and so did Oprah. And they said, "Oh, we got to get this guy. We got to put him on the show.
Got to put that handsome guy on that show."
It's Morning Star. Thank you. Yeah. So we gonna keep on cooking, ladies and gentlemen. You Trump supporters are in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble now. They opened the door and let me back in. Let's go. All right. Too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. No lies detected. All right. I gotta bring my brother up. All right, Union Gang, welcome, brother. You didn't have to. You're very generous, and you didn't have to, brother. All right.
Hey,
I appreciate it seriously.
Shout you out. You know I had to shout you out, man. We was jumping and screaming. I was like, I said, Zeus made it to the big time. We was watching it live. We was watching. It was a powerful town hall too.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful town hall, man. And so they had you on there. I was like, my boy, they made it to the big time, bro. I said, look at you, man. The high road is paying off, my friend. Woo! The high road has paid off.
Right. You never know, right? You never know.
Listen, I think it's amazing, man. Yeah, I think it's amazing, man. You're doing the Lord's work out here, man, literally. So it was great to see you out there, seeing them shouting you out, putting your videos out there, because you've really been doing the work out here in the trenches.
Well, all of us have been. Yes, let's be honest. This is a team effort. This honestly is a team effort.
And when somebody get up there, we're going to continue to push them.
Let's go.
Anybody break through, hey, we all got to play our position, baby. Whoever break through, man, we rally for them. We keep it going because we all want the same thing here.
Yep.
If you look, powerful stuff happening around the country right now, man. The world is rallying for us in this election.
Queenie, thank you for the subscription.
Early voting has already started in Virginia, baby. Get out there and get it happening. My wife is getting her citizenship tomorrow. She becomes an American citizen.
Let's go.
And we're going ahead and getting her registered Monday, and then we go vote. We vote next week. We all vote next week. We're going to do our part, and we're going to try to get as many people in this state to go hard for Kamala, man. All the way down ballot, man. We got to fight for our democracy.
Amen.
Down ballot votes too, people. We got to get out here and rock that vote, people. Our democracy online, and we all know this one right here. Hey, this one right here.
Yeah.
Madam President Kamala Harris. Madam President Kamala Harris.
Wow.
We like 46 days away, baby. It is time. Hey, that flag says Trump for prison, guys. I know it's inverted. In case anybody wondering, right? That's
Trump for prison.
Yes, Orange Jesus is a felon, baby. He's a felon. And we wait. That's for one step. Once he loses that election, it's time. It's time for him to get locked down like Diddy.
Yeah. Oh. Hey.
It's time to lock him down the same way. Because he done way more dirt. He's done way more dirt. They keep playing with this dude because he's running for president. It's time to take that off the table and let him be held to account for his many, many crimes. His many felonies that he already been convicted of, by the way.
Amen.
He's already been convicted.
They say he's not. They say
he has to see his day in court.
They
say this man has been convicted of crimes.
Wait. They're saying he's not convicted because he hasn't been sentenced. Union Gang.
Yeah.
Could you clear that up for these folks out here? Because
they seem to have a problem, right? They don't understand how elections work. They don't understand how the criminal system. When that gavel, hey, when the jury peers tell you guilty, you already know that it's done. At that moment, you're guilty.
Yeah.
You've been convicted.
Yes.
Many things, not just that, convicted of fraud, convicted of SA, convicted of all this stuff. And remember, there are more charges against him coming. More charges. He got more people arrested than any other president in history. More people are spending their life in prison, spending 22 years of their life sitting in the federal pen because of Orange Jesus.
Wow.
It's time for him to join them.
Yeah.
It's time for him to join them. We can do our part. It's up to the American people. We can do our part to make sure that dude go to prison by keeping him out the White House.
Yep.
Not only him, but his acolytes as well.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. I really wanted to come up, man, and, hey, show you some love, man. I love the fact
brother.
you broke out there, and that's really going to help get people out here on TikTok rallying behind you, rallying behind the messages, and it's proof that the work that we're putting out here is reaching people.
Amen.
Much love to you, baby.
All
Much
right.
love to you.
Union Gang, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give them a follow. Let's give them a round of applause. Yeah, it really is a team effort, though, honestly. I do play like that in terms of understanding. I look at all of these great content creators who are out here and telling the truth. And if I'm following you, that means I like what you do, right? And so I go, okay, you got that, you got that, you got that. I'm going to play my part, all right? And as you can see, Kamala Harris, Oprah, and everyone like yourself, they said, you know what? We got to get this guy on our show. Let's give him a round of applause. Let's go. And this is why MAGA is terrified of coming into this live and speaking. Because at this point, we don't even got to argue with them. We just got to let them talk and reveal how much they don't know. Like that previous guest. What was his name? Greg. Zeus. Do you think I'm a clown, Greg? Yes. I don't got to tell you. All right. Let me talk to my brother, Nutty Professor. He's been ducking and dodging Zeus for a while. I'm assuming he knows today is his day of reckoning in terms of handsomeness. Nutty, is there an apology you'd like to issue in front of all of us? Thank you for the subscription. Oh my God, Nutty always comes up here with this nutty Wi-Fi situation. I can never get you to patch through, Nutty. Are you... See, I think it's my handsomeness. All right, I love this guy, Nutty Professor. He's a really great person, but every now and then his insecurities start to percolate to the top, and he starts saying things that aren't quite true, especially when it comes to my handsomeness. Nutty, going once, going twice. We gotta move on, Nutty. I am so sorry, my good friend. When you get better Wi-Fi, come on back. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. I got to bring up my good friend, Doc. Doc, welcome. Hey, thank you. Good morning so much. I seen you've been mighty generous. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it.
Listen, I appreciate you. I don't get a chance to all the time come up or be on your panel because I'm always working during the time.
I get that.
You come on, and I'm like, God, I've been missing Zeus. I'm on break now.
Okay.
I'm on break now.
Okay, good.
And then every time I get a break, guess who's gonna be on Zeus?
Who?
Doc.
Oh,
Doc will be here.
Let's go. Let's go.
I just want to say to you, you keep doing what you're doing. I really appreciate how kind you really are because you sit and you give MAGA a chance to explain themselves. And then you debunk them. And I love it. I love it. And congratulations. Job well done. And we're going to keep on to ensure that we elect Kamala Harris as president of the United States of America.
Woo!
And that is straight up facts.
Straight up facts. That's a great way to do it. I like how you did what you did. Straight up facts. We
Okay.
know who that is. All right. Well,
So we want to make sure that when we do vote, that we vote down ballot. Make sure, bring your friend, get in your car, pick up some people, take them to the polls. Make sure that you're checking your voter registration. Okay, make sure you are aware of any elections that might be in your districts. And to make sure that we vote accordingly. And we're going to keep on taking it to Blagga and MAGA.
What did you say? You said blagger?
Blagga.
What's that? What's that? That's some new lingo out there. What's that one about?
Hey, Zeus, Blagga. You know what Blagga is. Think about that. Blagga.
Lord have mercy. Wow. Lord have mercy. And this is why we got to tell these brothers and sisters out there that are supporting Donald Trump, look at what you've done. You've aligned yourself in a nasty, nasty way. Now we got to call you that. It's sad. That's sad. I mean, Mark Robinson, you saw what happened to this guy, right? You saw what he was doing on those websites? I don't know. I would read some of this.
Did you see that? Did they see what he's doing while he's sitting up saying that he's for, just the bad people? We can't, you can't sit up and say that you're Christian when you are complicit in bad behavior that affects other people.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
All right, Doc. Well, listen, I got to move it along, my friend.
Right,
all right, but I
Zeus.
appreciate you, and I look forward to hearing more from you as we get closer and closer to getting this woman into the White House as president. All right? Seriously.
All righty. Absolutely, Zeus. Absolutely.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Doc. No lies detected. All right. I see you. We're gonna try to get to as many interesting folks as I can. All right. I gotta bring up Straight Facts. Q Dog, I see you out there. You've been asking to come up for a while. I got you. Straight Facts. Good morning. How are you doing? My good friend?
Good morning. How are you doing, Zeus?
I am all right. I mean, we are doing something quite incredible out here on TikTok, right?
Yes, we are, and I am super proud of you. I am so proud of you that I had to go ahead and get a screenshot of my boy. Oh, you only can see some of it.
Hey, that's enough right there.
Yeah, you already know who that is. You know what, Zeus? When I saw you on that screen last night, I just started because I said, it couldn't have happened to a better person. We know that you are a Triple H, but we also know that you are the person that is the best to represent the black content creators on this app. To show that we are out here doing the Durgon work. Absolutely.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, you make sure that you keep your platform truthful as well as clean. That's what I love about you, Zeus.
Thank you.
Because you're able to you transfer all that information to everyone without people hearing, some of the naughty words that I like to say.
Yeah. Hey, but we cover it all, right? I mean, I like what all of you do, right? We got to cover all bases out here because they play like that, right? They play like that.
Yes, we have to cover all bases, and so
give it up to Straight Facts.
Giving them the straight facts, all gas, no break.
Thank you.
Came out there, and when they showed you, I said, "Oh my God, this is super perfect," because we need Zeus to get us out there on that big stage so we can get our message out there. Just like my brother, the Union Gang said.
Thank you
so much. I appreciate you.
Look at all this love here.
The Union Gang said, you know what? We have to be a force. We have to be out here like we are, because otherwise, Blagga and MAGA would spread this misinformation just willingly. And we can't have that for our children. But I wanted to say one more thing before I got out of here. Hold on just a second.
Go ahead.
Bear with me for just 1 second.
Go ahead.
This young lady right here was placed on the screen last night. And I know you guys can't really see her face. Her name is Amber Thurman. And I want to make sure that we say a quick word about her and her plight. This is one of the main reasons why I'm out here, because they took away our rights. Because this young lady was trying to go have a procedure that's done in California without a problem. But here in Georgia, she had to go out to North Carolina to get this procedure done. And then was late, and they gave her a pill, and that was supposed to help. But she had some complications, tried to go to the hospital, and the doctors here in Georgia would not help her because they were scared of being incarcerated to help this young lady. This young lady lost her life because of Trump and the MAGAs playing games. Blagas, you're going along with it. So what we need for you guys to understand is this is not a game. What we're doing is saving lives out here. And we're not going to let our young ladies lose their lives to do a simple procedure that their sister could have done in California. It's absolutely asinine that we are not having the same rights that my grandmother had. I refuse to leave this United States of America and leave it with the rights that we have right now. You're not thinking about anyone else in this race that we call an election. You need to think about your grandchildren and your great-grandchildren and understand that we can't leave this United States of America less than what we came in with, because if we do that, then that means that we didn't do our job as X generation. Period.
Amen to that.
Let's get this, and it could have been prevented. So again, I'm going to say to you, Zeus, thank you. Much for all you do.
I got that. Thank you so much, Straight Facts.
And we love you so very much, Zeus. And thank you so much for putting us up on your platform to, bring our message to people and help us along these TikTok streets.
Amen.
Without you, I wouldn't have had a road. So I have a road to travel down because of you, Zeus.
Well, thank you.
Love you to death for that, okay?
Wow. That melts my heart, Straight Facts. I really couldn't do it without folks like yourself either, honestly. You just do it one day at a time, and you appreciate, the people like yourself who've made it what it is. You all hold me to a very high standard. So it's been very interesting doing this song and dance with you all, but I really do appreciate it. All right.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you guys for the gifts. You guys have a wonderful rest of y'all day. Y'all stay safe out in these TikTok streets, and make sure y'all stay away from them blaggers.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Straight Facts. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is an overwhelming amount of truth. All right. An overwhelming amount of truth. All right. I mean, we're hearing from a little of this. We're getting a little of that. All right. I'm going to bring up Q Dog. All right. Deb, thank you so much. I see you all out there. We're going to try to get through as many of you as I can this morning. Good morning, Q Dog. All right. You've been.
What's going on, Zeus? How you doing, bro?
I'm all right. Just another day. All right.
I'll tell you. I just want to first thank you for having this type of platform. I'm new to TikTok.
Okay.
Probably a couple months, and only one other person that has the type of platform like yourself that I follow is Danny, if you know who that is.
I don't know who Danny is, but sounds like a great person.
Definitely. I don't understand some of these Trump supporters. Since I've been listening to Danny and I've been on your live a couple times, I see that there's two type of Trump supporters. One type is that they're willing to try to engage and listen and maybe try to sway over to the right side that is for the people. And then you got the ones that are just in here that just don't give a damn. And the ones the black ones, oh Lord, help our
so-called, thank you. Danny, a woman. Got it. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
You got to correct me because I might have seen them, but I don't always know who I'm talking to. But please keep going.
Yeah, if you follow me, I follow her and she follows me, you'll be able to see.
Gotcha.
The one thing that really bothers me, especially about our brothers and sisters that follow this guy, Trump, is the instance and so many like Sonia Massey that are unalive for no reason. And this guy wants to give immunity to these police if he gets into office.
Wow.
Do you know what type of turmoil that would cause just on the black and brown community? There was a situation just recently with a YT young man that was unalive. Same thing like George Floyd, and it's to the point they don't even care anymore. There's a reason why they make these movies like The Purge. They have a notion of what's going on, just like they say The Simpsons predict the future and whatnot.
Yeah.
There's a reason why filmmakers make movies like this, because they know that this could potentially happen. And if this guy gets into office, which God already got that in plan, it will be a purge, just like the movie.
You think so?
And these police, they're gonna be just like the old Wild Wild West, just out gun pew pewing anybody that they don't like or see that they think is disrespectful to them.
Right.
I think a lot of people got to take a long, strong look at what if this was your child, your sibling, your loved one that is pew-pewed by the police just because.
Yeah.
They got to take a real long look. Long as it doesn't affect them, they could care less. They have this same mentality.
Do you think they, I think it's that, and I think it's a little bit of the confusion about how government works. Like, for instance, they don't even see how the things that affect them now are tied to Donald Trump, like his tax plan, right?
Exactly.
They can't understand you're suffering because of Trump. So that's the other part about this, right? The economy, you're suffering because of Trump.
And he's clearly said that he's going to give tax breaks to multi-millionaires and billionaires. And the average middle-class working person, they think, oh, well, it's going to be better for us. No, it's not. Who you think is going to reap the repercussions from his tax break from his millionaire and billionaire friends? They get the breaks, but we gonna be back out there in the cotton field.
But people think there's brothers and sisters that Oprah said yesterday. They think they had more money under Trump because he gave them that check.
I tell you, they don't realize that everything for 8 years that the Obama administration put into place and tried to turn the economy around and so forth. This guy just came in and dismantled everything. Everything. And they want to now blame it on the Biden-Harris administration.
Ain't that clever? That's a little clever trick.
It's just so convenient for them to try to blame it on the black folks in office.
Ain't that something?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And the one thing, for centuries and not all YT folks, but the ones that are out here causing havoc and chaos in the world.
Yeah.
All they want to do is go back.
And
when they had the cotton fields. When the Civil War, they fought to try to keep it right down here in Georgia. Keep it.
Well, they can go back as far as they want to go, and I'll let them go. All right, but I won't let them go without telling them the truth. All right. Well, listen up, Q Dog, brother. I got to move it on. All right, but
I appreciate you bringing me on, brother.
All right,
and I did follow you.
All right, I followed you too. Share me Danny's information so I could go check her out. I might already be following her. I just haven't been there. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I sure will. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Q Dog, No Lies Detected. You see what I'm saying? The truth is getting out there, folks. All right. We are rounding a very big corner on this show today, ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go, ladies and okay. Let's see. All right, it's at Danny. Got it. All right, but I think I'll try to remember it. All right, my memory isn't what it used to be. You know, back when I was a little younger, I could remember things like that. But you know, when you got all these comments going, do you follow Isaiah Martin? I don't know that name either. All right, let's go. All right, put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter and you believed Donald Trump is still the best thing since sliced bread. I gotta check on this person right here. Ruby, are you there?
I'm here, Zeus. I
All
love
right,
you. You know that.
all right. How are you doing this morning? You've been saying Zeus. You know, I said I gotta talk. I gotta see what's going on. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. But you know what? Just like me and my brother-in-law were talking about the other day.
Okay, what's that?
Playing straight out. He's playing straight out of Jim Jones' playbook.
Here we go.
Look, what did Jim Jones do when he lost his popularity?
Tell him. I can't say
He
it.
started doing fake A attempts.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
And my brother-in-law's much older than me, just like my husband. He's 20 years older than me, so they would know. They would absolutely know.
You know, one of these supporters that got in my box and they say, "So you think those attempts on him were staged?" And I said, initially, after the first one, I'll be honest with you, I said, this is crazy. But I went through this moment on the app with the people on the right where they said it was Zeus's fault because of my lives and my rhetoric, right? And I pushed back immediately and I say, how do you even know it's a Democrat? You know, because to me, it's a Republican. I don't think a Democrat wants to see Trump get out of being held accountable. I don't think a Democrat wants that. We want to see this guy go to prison.
Right.
Right? So they didn't, but then as the facts came out, white guy, registered Republican, dad, ultimate MAGA, fits the description of a Trump supporter. They didn't say anything.
And see, when he started losing his popularity to Kamala, look, he did another one.
Because she beat him up. She beat him up at that debate, didn't she?
Man, she dog walked him. She dog walked him, and then she mopped the floor with his toupee.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
You did. You don't got. I mean, we don't gotta apologize. I mean, he should have came. He's been to more debates than her, right? He should have came way more prepared. He should have had some tricks, because you know what they say, right? They say a young broom can sweep the floor fast, but an older broom knows the corners. And it just didn't look like Donald Trump knew those corners on that debate stage, did he?
Nope, he don't. And he's getting where he's like, okay, everybody want to say that Biden was too old to run again.
Yeah.
What about Trump? He's too old to run again too. He's losing it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was insane. Especially when he started saying they're eating the cats. I'm like, come on.
And look at all the harm he has caused to a community.
Because of that.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah. Well,
they don't even realize that part. They think it's true.
They think it is.
True.
Yeah.
And when that woman got up here, I mean, she just, man, I thought you were going to come through the phone, Zeus.
No, I'm not going to I let her, the demon, you know, she had a lot of courage to bring the demon onto the show and let it really show its head. And I said, and I do that for a reason. I want America to see this is MAGA. Yes. Unfiltered, unhinged. Make sure you think of this when you go and vote. That's why I let them do what they do. Do I think they look ridiculous? Absolutely.
And I think she made some of that crap up because some of that crap I ain't never heard. But if she was Christian, she needs to listen to this right here. Hold on.
Go ahead.
My beautiful Christians, I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out.
Did you hear what he said? I love you, Christians. I'm not Christian.
This is Donald Trump.
He said that. Hold on. He said that. Look, I got it turned up now. Hold on.
I'm not Christian. I love you. Get out.
Hang on. I got to back it up. Just a hair.
I love you, Christian. I'm not Christian.
You hear that?
I love you. Get out.
I'm not Christian. Now, why would all these Christians be voting for him if he's not Christian?
And that's where the Trump supporters lose their marbles right there. The hamster wheel is spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. They can't wrap their minds around it. Yeah. Any Trump supporters out there still believe that Donald Trump is the best thing since sliced bread? Go ahead, let us know. This is what they do.
Y'all better leave that Cheeto man alone because he ain't going to give y'all nothing. He ain't going to give y'all nothing.
He ain't going to give them a little friendly reach around, all right? Because, you know, listen, they want to smell his dirty diaper, all right, Ruby Red? And that's what this is all about. They would love to just put their nose all into that diaper, under that blue suit. Imagine that. And say, I've arrived. That's what these Trump supporters want to do. That's the ultimate goal for them, right?
Right. And see, me and my brother's been at it too because he's a Trump supporter. I said, why don't you just go out there and do what you want to with Trump, okay? I'm not voting for him. I got a personal vengeance against Trump. I mean, and it ain't got nothing to do with politics because his politics suck too, but this is a personal thing against Trump.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like, I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
All right. Well, listen, Ruby, I got to move it on, all right? But tell your brother, get out of the cult, and you keep doing the wonderful work you're doing, all right, Ruby?
I will. I love you, Zeus.
Love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Ruby. No lies detected. All right. I saw somebody. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. I got energy for one more MAGA demon. Put 1 in the chat if you're a Trump supporter real quick. Zeus doesn't. I gotta ask one pressing question. Put a 1 in the chat if you still believe Donald Trump is the best thing for America since sliced bread. All right, because this is not making any sense. Oh, we got angry bus driver. Devil liking. Oh my God. Let's get angry bus driver up here real quick. Cause I can understand why you're angry I can understand that, but why? Come on up here. Devil liking. Oh my gosh. I'm looking for a Trump supporter. Please put a 1 in the chat. You've heard what I've said. You've heard what some of your fellow supporters, your fellow friends have said on this app this morning. You've heard what some of the Democrats have said, and I'm just curious if are you still holding out for Donald Trump? If so, please let me know why. I feel like we've gone through a lot, we've heard a lot, and there should be no reason for you to still support this guy. Who is this? Janice J. Bird. I sent you an invite. Janice. I think that's how you say the name. All right. Come on up here. Don't get all scared. It says Zeus. Oh, you're not a Trump supporter. Okay. Thank you for clearing that up. I'm looking for a brave Trump supporter that believes, Donald Trump and his lies. Lies like he won the debate. Oh, okay. I see a MAGA demon right there. This is going to be easy work. Oh, no. Devil liking. You don't have enough to go live. They don't have enough to go live. You said that's an oxymoron. I agree. But I'm trying to give them the benefit of the doubt. She says, oh, no, I'm not in the cult. Yeah. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Donald Trump supporter. Real quickly, because Zeus doesn't have all morning. Seriously. You know how this show goes. I'm in and then I'm out. And then I got to go on and take care of things. All right. I'm looking in the audience. For a Trump supporter. All right. Who still thinks they are scared. I agree. What, did I scare them all off? I mean, what happened, MAGA? I honestly thought you all felt like you were going to win the election. But I'm starting to see that the steamrolling that I've done, and not just me, a lot of you have done, we have them literally silent. Wow. This is what I call a great show. They're afraid of me. I took them all out. I scared them. Look at all of this. We got over 1,000 people in here. And not one Trump supporter Whoo! Now, one person. Let's enjoy this moment, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, wow. Let's enjoy this moment. Why would they? It would be a worse setup than the debate. Yeah. 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 Hey, MAGA. Hey, MAGA. I got some bad news for you. This is a sign of what's going to happen in November. Yes, this is the future. You will be surrounded by folks like Zeus and this woman right here and Tim Walz. They will be running this country, and you will either be crying or sitting somewhere in a jail cell, in a prison cell. It's one or the other. All right? And you did it to yourself. You did it to yourself. All right? All right, let's bring up a good friend of mine, Z-Pac. Good morning, brother. How are you? Hey, buddy, come on now. That face right there. Wait a second. Z-Pac, we can't hear you.
It's me. Excuse me. You're so nasty. You're so nasty to me, and you're so nasty to my people. And quite frankly, if you look at what they did, they took a terrible debate, and they had 3 versus 1, and it was very unfair. I'm looking at things in terms of you on Oprah, quite frankly. And you were on Oprah last night, and we don't like Oprah. She's mean. She's nasty. She used to be my friend. She's not anymore.
But listen, wait a second, sir.
Excuse me.
Well, how many times can you say excuse me? How many times can you say it in 20 seconds, if you don't mind? How many times could you get it out?
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. It's like Beetlejuice. You come and they go and they bring it in. And we go so well with these things.
Okay.
And,
Okay, well, here's the question that I wanted to ask you, and I'm glad that you had enough time this morning. You know, usually you should be out campaigning and trying to save whatever you can. But since you got a little time this morning, why not speak out against Mark Robinson and what he said? All right? That was some of the nastiest stuff, even for your standards.
well, quite frankly, we love Marco Robinson. We love him. He said great things about me. What kind of evil things are you talking about?
Oh, so you don't.
Quite frankly.
Oh, so we're just going to deny that you don't know about what he wrote on those nasty websites you've probably been on in some way or another, calling himself a black schnazi. All right, he called himself that, and he said he does nasty things with his belly and women, and it involves some things that come out of your body. You shouldn't want to do it. What?
Well, so do I. What's your point? Excuse me. What's your point? I do the same thing.
Okay, so is that what you did with Laura? Loomer. I'm talking
Well, I
Loomer.
guess we did, and Laura.
Loomer. Oh no,
Laura
Ingram.
Loomer, what a
Oh,
beautiful-
see.
We call her Porcelain Laura. She's great.
Oh,
She's
oh.
made of porcelain. She looks like a doll. Quite frankly, we love dolls.
But
We love
she
dolls.
but listen to her rhetoric. Her rhetoric is divisive. And I need you to do something, especially if you're trying to be president of the United States. I need you to speak to her and say, Laura, knock it off, and have her apologize to the American people. Is that something you can help us out with?
Well, I've got a lot of friends. I don't know what they would say. I don't know what they would do. I could probably say something along those lines, but you need to also say something to these industries that you're working with TikTok, where you get on Oprah. Okay?
Oh!
You're big and famous. You've got over 165,000 people who are. That's more votes than I needed in Georgia, by the way. And quite frankly, we're still looking at the oranges of the Oprah investigation. that you were on.
Well, it's an investigation. Seriously? I didn't know it
We're
escalated to
investigating
that.
your payments. They say you're paid, and that's
see-
what they say. But now they're getting locked up. The people that say you were paid are getting locked up. We call
Yeah.
him Uncle Ruckus. He's no
Yeah.
longer with us. He's quite frankly, he's been raided. They love it. They raid
Yeah,
it.
well,
And
see,
he's locked away.
yeah, and that was a black Trump supporter who found themselves at the Capitol because of your lies. Do you
we love
feel?
lies.
Do you have any remorse for what you've done to your supporters, sir? Do you have any remorse?
No, I don't. I don't take any responsibility. And you heard it during COVID. I took no responsibility for it either.
Wow.
Because I never take responsibility for these things. The only thing I don't take responsibility, well, I do take responsibility for is being so great and terrific.
Well, listen, and
I'm
again,
so strong.
no, no.
And you've put me on the map, quite frankly. You've put
No.
me on the map.
No. I have not done such things. I've only exposed all of your lies and your misinformation. And frankly, sir, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. It seems like you are a prime candidate for the Lake of Fire.
Well, if you look at Amazon Prime and what they've done, Jeff Bezos, he's terrible. He doesn't. The fake Washington Post, they call it. That's what it is. And quite frankly, he's doing terrible things. He's writing smear campaigns about me. And
what does that guy?
Sir, I said, sir. Excuse me. I said, sir. People are looking everywhere for me, and they don't know where I am.
Oh.
But I'm right here. I'm on the golf course.
Okay.
And you've been listening to Donald Trump giving a speech outside of his... This is Fox News. We are now going to cut him off because he's clearly rambling all over the place. But he's been speaking for about 30 minutes about all of the things that are extremely important to the American people. But we have to cut him off because he's really hurting himself right now. He's not making any sense. He's not making any real comments or concern.
Thank you.
We just have to. I'm sorry,
Thank God.
we just had to cut him off.
Thank
We
you.
just had
Thank
to.
you. I was warming it up for him. I was warming it up. All right, the Lake of Fire was ready. All right. So Z-Pac, welcome. All right. What brings you here, brother? All right. That was great, by the way. That was great. Let's give him a round of applause. That was pretty good. Thank you. You don't get a lot of that.
You know, it's not often that you get to be on Oprah, right? And when I saw that last night, it came across they call it the tiki-taki, and it came on my Tic-Tac screen, and I saw you there, and I was like, wow, he is on Oprah. He made it to the Winfrey show. And at first I was like, is it just going to be him by himself, or is it going to be multiple people? And so it was multiple people, but still your trajectory right now, you're up there in the space. You're up there in the space. That's how high your trajectory is right now.
Wow,
And,
Magic
what
Mike,
I
thank
personally
you.
came up here to do
was
to thank you. I wanted to thank you for giving everyone a platform that you have given to these folks that helped us propel some of us to certain places. And I think that is extremely important. The networking and all of that stuff. And listen, we don't go in those lives anymore because they're not worth it, because people in those lives are getting arrested. Why go to those lives anymore? So we don't go there. We don't go in those echoes. you know? And I fuck around and find out, Aaron. I guess. That's what they call it.
See now I caught you. Caught him cursing.
My bad. Oh my.
Caught him cursing. Gotta keep it clean.
FAFO. I love the TikTok shop. I buy everything at the TikTok shop. We buy all things. In fact, I bought things at the TikTok shop yesterday. I think it's the greatest place to shop. F1, FAFO. We love it.
Wow.
Terrific.
Well, listen, I appreciate that, though, honestly. And like I said earlier, you all have done an incredible job, I guess, helping me hold myself to a higher standard out here. But it's a collective effort. At the end of the day, what I see I can do in terms of the collective, I just put my head down and kind of get to doing it. All right, and I do believe.
And you got Michael Cohen on your program. And
that was incredible too. He needs to come on back. Seriously. Yeah,
we'll have to get him back on. Yeah, for sure. He's been around. He's out here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But you know what? I said we have to help. We have to all do this because Kamala is going to do her part. as a politician, but we got to do our part out here as everyday citizens pushing back against the misinformation and disinformation, because it's not just happening at her level, it's happening out here where we are. And so that's what this is about. All right, brother?
Yes, sir. Well,
all right. Listen
like
up.
I said, keep fighting the good fight and keep building that brand, because you are on fire.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Z-Pac, a.k.a. He does great Trump impersonation. Let's give him a round of applause. No lies detected. I saw somebody say something out there, and I'm a little concerned about it. Old Fester. Come up in the box real quick, Old Fester. All right, Twisted Chick, thank you so much. Old Fester, did you just say something nasty about our Madam Vice President, Kamala Harris? Old Fester, I'd hate to think right there, he said she ain't an expletive. Old Fester, this is your last chance, Old Fester, to get in the box and apologize. Because what you just did was unchristian-like, unchrist-like. It's corrupt, it's evil, and it's a lie, Old Fester. And if you don't get your special behind in this box, I'm going to have to send you into the lake of fire, Old Fester, where you belong. And you know what's going to happen when you get into the lake of fire, Old Fester? Eternal fire on your special behind. So let's give Old Fester, ladies and gentlemen, one last opportunity. I'm going to ask you, Old Fester, once again, accept the guest request. All right, we're gonna go ahead and hit. I'm gonna send you another guest request, Old Fester. Unfortunately, Old Fester is too chicken to get into the box and explain why he felt it was acceptable. Thank you, Tiffany, for the people. I'm gonna turn up the lake of fire on you, Old Fester. Let's give him a round of boos and shades.
Silence, you matter, Damon.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm going to see one more time, and then I really got to move on. Any more Trump supporters out there that need to get out of the? Any of you Trump supporters out there that want to get out this morning, please put a 1 in the chat. If any more Trump supporters left, going once, going twice. I think we steam rolled. Oh! I think I cooked them all. Okay, wait a second. Let's see if I got them. Oh, let's see if we got one more. We got time for one more. I'm going to give them one more chance. Someone needs to come up here and redeem the honor for MAGA, all right? And it doesn't seem like any of these Trump supporters have the courage. They don't even have the courage Mike Pence had. Isn't that something? You know, Mike Pence stood up to Donald Trump on January 6th and told him absolutely not. All right, Raphael, I sent you a guest request, Raphael, but you declined it. Another weak Trump supporter. That's fine. I get it. It's hard for you. It's hard for you to really embrace the idea that it's over. Yes, like you said. Who said that? Rosa, like I've been saying, and you can see it at the end of my videos. What do I say? It's over, MAGA. It really is. I say that for a reason. I'm planting the seeds in your mind because you're going to walk around out there in the real world and you're going to have to keep saying that to yourself over and over. Why does Zeus keep saying it's over? And it really is. Ex-MAGA Granny. Am I right, Pam? It's really over. It really is. We do not care. Wait a second. Cove, let me ask you a question, Cove. Are you a Trump supporter, Cove? Cove? Yes, I see you. And thank you for all you've done, all right? Oh, wait a second. Cove. Come on up here if you don't mind. I won't hold you up for too long. You said it's boring in here. Cove, we don't want to, come on. You're welcome for my engagement. All right. Did I propose to you, Cove, or are you going to come up here and speak to speak to Zeus at all, Cove, or it's just I gotta go? You want me to, try to pursue you and, put a little chase into it? Because I'm not gonna chase you, Cove. All right, but I will ask you kindly, to come up here. You saw me on Oprah too? Wow. Yeah. Well, that was incredible, right? It's like, wow, how did that happen? Hey, give you a second. All right, Cove. Come on. We only got a few minutes, Cove. Come on up here. I don't want to have to chase you. All right. I just want to, get to know who you are a little bit and, perhaps see if we can, agree on a few things, if you don't mind. Hi, Cove. Good morning. How are you? Cove? I can barely hear you. We're still struggling to hear you patch through. I believe maybe your Bluetooth is on. You got to cut it off. I'm just trying to, are you there? Do you have Bluetooth? Bluetooth, can you turn off the Bluetooth and just use the device instead? Sometimes you connect and your Bluetooth is somewhere you're not. It happens a lot. I'm not IT support or anything, but I got a few tricks up my sleeve. We still can't hear you, Cove. I can hear something now, but it's just not patching through. Well, Cove, we tried. We really did try. I was really looking forward to that conversation real quick, but unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. So, I guess that's going to basically be it. Let's see if she returns. Cove, send Zeus a guest request, please, if you don't mind, Cove. Put a quick one in the chat, Cove, if you're there. Going once, look at the time. We ran out of time. I'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, next week, unfortunately, all right? But as far as I'm concerned, that concludes this special broadcast, all right? We all laughed and we all cried together. You all deserve a round of applause. Seriously. I got to get up out of here. I'm looking at the time. Make sure you go out there and support all the other amazing content creators who are out here helping do the wonderful work. Again, it was an incredible situation yesterday that happened on that show with Vice President Harris and Oprah. I didn't know I was going to be there, but it was a treat, definitely. And you all helped make that possible. But I also want to give a special round of applause to all the subscribers, to all of the gifters, to the moderators, and the panelists. You've all done an outstanding job helping to make this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. But we also got to give our final round of boos and shame. And you know exactly who these boos and shames go out to. Thank you, Tara! Wow, another train! You know who these boos and shame goes out to? It goes out to all the Zeus haters out there. And these are not just my haters. These are also your haters. They get on TikTok day in and day out and promote misinformation and disinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin. Especially the black ones, all right? They promote misogyny, bigotry, evil, xenophobia, racism, nastiness, corruption, and all kinds of criminality and crime on behalf of their orange cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Trust me when I tell you this, folks. These folks are the worst of the worst, and they are truly the scum of the earth. Join me in giving them our final round of, you guessed it, boos and shame.
Silence, you matter, Damon.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. Take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do, if you know what I mean. All right, we're out of here. We're out of here. Great show. Hey! Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your weekend, I should say. Rest of your day. Great weekend. I'll see you Monday morning. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. Hey! I love you too. Let's go. Sue, thank you so much, Sue. You've been amazing. And thank you so much. Ruby, thank you so much. Slickest Rick, thank you. DJ Kitty Cat, thank you. Stacy Jones, thank you. Attacking, Sneaky Fingers, Eddie, I see you. Nutty Professor Shay, Swervin', my brother Swervin', nice lady. Thank you, everyone. Seriously. Angel, I appreciate you. Let's go. Tiffany for the people. DJ Fly Guy, I see you. Black Power, I see you. Ruby Red, I see you. Shout out to all of you. Let's go. Ginger, thank you. Reggie, my man Reggie. Garvey, thank you. Let's go. Have a great rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Heaven! Thank you, my brother. Y'all been really doing an outstanding job helping me out. Seriously. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Love you. Miss Morningstar, Q-Dog, let's go. Thank you, Zeus. Got a big heart. I appreciate it. Oprah loves Zeus. I love that. All right. We got to get up out of here. Before we do, you know how we do. Let's see.
You don't mind if I go off teleprompter for a second, do you?
So I guess I don't think I've ever said this before. So we do these rallies, they're massive rallies. Everybody stays till the end, by the way. You know, when she said that, well, your rallies, people leave. Honestly, nobody does. And if I saw them leaving, I'd say, and ladies and gentlemen, make America great again, and I'd get the hell out, okay? Because I don't want people leaving. But I do have to say, so I give these long, sometimes very complex sentences and paragraphs, but they all come together. I do it a lot. I do it with Raising Cain, that story. I do it with the story on the catapults on the aircraft carriers. I do it with a lot of different stories. When I mention Dr. Hannibal Lecter, I'm using that as an example of people that are coming in from Silence of the Lambs. I use it, they say, it's terrible. So they say, so I'll give this long, complex area. For instance, that I talked about a lot of different territory. The bottom line is, I said, the most important thing. We're going to bring more plants into your state and this country to make automobiles. We're going to be bigger than before. But the fake news, and there's a lot of them back there. You know, for a town hall, there's a lot of people. But the fake news likes to say, oh, he was rambling. No, that's not rambling. That's genius when you can connect the dots. You gotta now.
That's genius right
Sarah,
there.
If you couldn't connect the dots, you got a problem. Yeah. But every dot was connected, and many stories were told in that little paragraph.
There you go. That's who MAGA listens to, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's give Kamala Harris the final word. All right.
In many ways,
that's too long.
I promise to be a president for all Americans. You can always trust me to put country above party and self, to hold sacred America's fundamental principles, from the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power.
Thank you, Kamala Harris. All right. I'm out here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do out there in those TikTok streets.